computer so that you can, see everything basically. And
Be a little
okay,
bit of a delay.
so let me say hi to
Why is it?
everybody real quick. Mine has not come up. Hold on, let me
Hold on,
refresh.
mine's not coming up either. I was like,
Okay.
wait, what happened?
Okay, I
Now it's
think
not even.
mine still says waiting. Hello everyone. Be patient with us if you can hear us.
Says live at the top of this.
Mine says
Let's
waiting for
see. Go
creating with
home.
Jovi. What's that all about? Hold on a second. Okay, here we go. Got it. I'm kicked up
Okay,
now.
just go
All right,
to.
everybody. While
You
Darcy's
got
getting
it now.
situated, you got it? Okay, mine's running a commercial, but
I'm going to my page, and then I'm going to my community tab, and I'm going to click there because I know that it's there. There we are.
awesome. Okay. All right,
Because it
so
was
I'm
on
going to
my
go ahead
subscription
and
page, and then it wasn't.
do intro here. So, hi, everybody. I'm here with Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and she's awesome at Jelly Plate and Mixed Media. So, this is going to be a lot of fun
Thank you.
today. I have my gel plate on my table horizontally because I'm going to be doing some papers for journals or whatever. But actually, I want to show you guys what I'm going to do, and then we're going to talk to Darcy about what she's going to do. But I wanted to tell you, I have these old envelopes, and they are vintage, and I have a ton of them, and I don't use them. And I thought, you know what would encourage me to use them is doing some gel plate on them. So I went ahead, and you'll see here I used a little washi tape to cover the window. That way I can just peel that back and I won't get paint on it. And then if we have time, I can jelly plate over some of these coffee dyed vintage bank statements. And then I even have some other statements. Doubt we're going to get to those. But that's what I have that I'm working on. Of course, you can see my gel plate here, my brayer, and I've got some paints. So, Darcy, since you're way more experienced, will you please let us know what you've got that you're working with today?
Okay. I don't really have a plan. I'm just gonna wing it. Sorry. But I have my gel plate. I conditioned this one earlier today, and then I have one here that I haven't, and I'm gonna show you guys how I do that. And then my brayers. These are my favorite brayers, of the soft brayers by Speedball. They're my absolute favorites.
Okay,
And then
nice.
this is called a Baron, and it doesn't have to be a wood one like this. This one, I always have it linked in my description boxes where I got this on Etsy. And then when you want to condition your plate, you need mineral oil. It doesn't have to be food grade mineral oil. This is the one I have, or baby oil. And you
Okay.
generally know when it needs to be conditioned because it'll be like sticky. Like this one I
Oh,
haven't conditioned yet, and it feels sticky. Like this one
okay.
I did condition, and it still feels a little sticky because the oil's still on it
Right.
because I didn't wipe it off real great. But this one hasn't. I just cleaned off the paint, and it's like really quite sticky. So this one does need to be conditioned. So I've got most of the paint. There's still some little paint bits on here, but that's okay. So you just take your oil and you put it on there liberally, fairly liberally, and you rub it
Mm-hmm.
in.
Okay.
Then, if you don't use the plate for a while, you can let it sit. You should get all this paint off beforehand, but I'm not good at that.
Okay. Sure.
Like it comes off easier with the oil. So
Right.
I just kind of go
Okay.
around the edges and get that paint that wasn't coming off good.
Okay.
And then I'll take something without a lot of lint, either a little piece of fabric or baby wipe isn't too bad, but I don't usually use paper towel because of the lint. So I'll just take like a piece of scrap fabric and just kind of wipe that down
Okay.
to get most of the oil back off. I think it is better if you can let the oil sit some, but I'm not going to right now. I'm just gonna. And you can see
Okay.
all that blue on there from past inks
Yeah. I've never conditioned
that
mine, but of course I've only used it 3 times, so I'm
right.
probably okay. But I know
Yeah,
obviously I'm gonna
after
have to
about
do that.
20 times, you probably are going to want to. And you can
Okay.
sometimes you can tell too because it does feel like sticky and things won't
Okay.
work quite as well. So that is just
Okay.
a real quick. And Carrie the Crafter has like an in-depth video of conditioning his plate. He does a much better job of explaining things than I do.
Okay.
But I mean, would you have even known there was all that blue on the plate?
No. No.
That came off the plate with the oil.
Wow. Look at
I
that.
use a
Look
lot.
how
I use a lot of
much.
blue and teal. Can you
That's
tell?
that's crazy, actually.
So I'm
That's
gonna set this one.
crazy.
I'm not gonna use this one today because I just oiled it, and I'm gonna let that oil sit on there and
Okay.
be happy. So let's see
I'm
which
going to
one.
warm
That's the
up
dish.
with some, because since I'm going to do some Christmas in July, I'm just going to warm myself
Ooh,
up because it's been a while with a little bit of red and gold for my first run, just in case I could use it in my little collabs that
yep.
I'll be joining. And it'll
Um,
kind of get me, it's been a while. I was out of town for 3 weeks, you know that. And so
yep.
it'll
Yes,
sort of get
fabulous
me warmed
vacation.
back into, you know.
Hi,
So.
Rhonda. Hi, Marguerite. Hi, Martha. I almost forgot there was a chat to look at.
Oh, hi, Martha. I didn't even notice that Martha joined. Thank you,
Yeah, I
Martha, for
watched yours and
joining.
Martha's live last night. A replay of it.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you for watching. Yeah, you could see what an amateur I am.
You're actually you've already improved. You have a good amount of butter paint on the plate. I'm just gonna use these papers because they're just background. They're just old photocopies of things that I'm just
Awesome.
like I like to have something in the background.
Yep.
If I can, I was gonna do some blank ones and just kind of Let me move this over. I need room for my brayer over here.
So, friends, and I think Darcy, you might know some of the ladies that are on already. Um,
I do.
okay.
They join us in Maker's Facebook group that's run by PM Artist Studio.
Nice. Okay. So I was just going to say, ladies, if you have questions for Darcy, I mean, you can ask me, but I won't know the answer, but Darcy will. So ask
Toby might know
her.
answers to other things.
Right. There's probably other things I can answer.
So
So
I
I'm,
have go
yeah, go
ahead.
ahead. No. You go
Oh,
ahead. You go ahead.
we started YouTube close to the same time. And I can't remember exactly when you started. So I was going to ask when you started YouTube
I think I started four
or
years
your
ago.
channel.
I feel like it was 4 years ago, but I think it was 4 years ago, Darcy. What was that the same for you?
It was November 2019 for me. So
Okay, so then
that was
I
a
think
little
I
over four
was,
years ago.
you know what? I started October 31st or 30th, one of the two, I don't remember, of 2019. That must be when I started.
So very close.
Yes. Yeah, just a few days. Yeah.
Because we've also grown like about the same amount too, which I found very interesting.
Yes. Yes, which is awesome
Yes.
and
Yep. Because
exciting.
you're getting close to 4,000 as well. We're both getting close to 4,000. It's exciting.
Yeah. Very exciting. Very
Hi Barbara.
exciting.
Hi Eddie.
Oh, hi, Barbara. Thank you so much. And Eddie, thank you so much for coming on. This is great. I'm just warming up with some Christmas colors on some vintage envelopes, and I'm just sort of getting my head wrapped around what we're doing today. But Darcy, I may ask you to sort of show us some layering. Like I remember I did that with Martha, and I loved it, and it was so much fun. Um, and I'd like to do that again today. So if you saw what me and Martha did, you kind of saw how I did it. But if you have any
Mm-hmm.
tips or tricks or improvements for me, please, let me know because I'm
Well,
here
what I'm
for
trying right now is not working out quite as I hoped anyway.
it.
Because I just put some paint on and then put the stencil on and then tried to pick up some layers through that. And I'm just getting like a faint on some papers that I already had painted. And I'm just getting kind of a faint impression, partly because they're really, really narrow. But now when I pull the stencil off,
Well, I'll
I
tell you
should
this.
get something
Something.
really
Oh,
cool.
oh, Darcy, that's cool. Something I learned last time. What did I learn? Hold on. I learned something. Oh, yes. Okay, here it is. ADHD and all.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
I learned that. Hold on, it's left me. Gosh, I sound like an idiot. It's okay though. I
No,
can.
you
I can.
sound like me.
Oh,
My
that's
people are
gorgeous,
used to that.
Darcy. That's gorgeous. Look at that. Oh my gosh. All right, what did I learn? Let me think. Yes, got it. I learned that to use really contrasting colors. So the one thing I would have done different last time when I was using the beautiful blues and beautiful greens, I would have gone bright yellow as the opposite color just so I could have
Mm-hmm.
seen the birds more. Um,
Right.
that is definitely something I would do different.
And when you
So,
are doing contrasting colors on the plate, you don't necessarily want to do them at the same time because when you mix contrasting colors that are opposite on the color wheel, they're going to turn brown. So you kind of want to stay on one side of the color wheel when you're spraying, and then maybe after that dries, move to the other side and do the contrasting colors that way.
gotcha. Well, yeah, and I think that's what I did. It was like I pressed and then I let it dry and then I went back in with
Mm-hmm.
my stencil, but I should have done white just for that particular because I think I went with sort of a creamy color and it just didn't show up the way that I would have liked.
Right.
You
I
know what I
bet.
mean?
Yep.
Now I'm dipping or rolling and then pressing, and then I'm
Uh-huh.
setting them aside to dry. Do you set them aside to dry and then go back, or do
Oh yeah,
you do?
that's what I was going to suggest for you today because
Okay,
it just seemed it's a then you don't have to wait for the layers to dry. Like this layer is pretty much dry, so I can go ahead and do something on it.
okay,
Um, the one that I have,
yeah,
just because I've already picked up as much as can be picked up from that. Let's see.
okay.
Um,
And
so
are
it
you
is dry.
talking
I don't have
about
to wait. But
your layer on your gel plate or your layer on your paper? Because I'm thinking,
there's
are you
different ways. You can layer
okay?
on the gel plate, which is where you have to wait for it to dry in between each layer, or you can layer on your papers. So if you have your papers already done, like the ones you're making right now,
Mm-hmm.
you'll let them dry and then you'll come back and then you can use your stencils, your mark making, any of that, and just add more layers if
Okay.
that's what you want to do.
But do you do it when your paper's still wet, or do you go ahead and let it dry?
Let them dry because it won't stick as well
Okay,
if it's wet. You
gotcha.
do want to let it dry, and then you do want to let it be on there a little longer because paint does not absorb into paint as easily as it does when it's absorbing into just paper. Paper is more porous without the paint.
Right. Okay.
So you kind of have to leave it on there a little bit longer when you're doing paint to paint instead of
Gotcha.
paint to
Gotcha.
paper.
Okay. Okay.
And yes, Rhonda, some paints dry faster than others. All right, if
For
you do have a
sure.
question, please make sure you put it in caps with an emoji, or I might never see it.
Yeah, true. It's hard to keep up sometimes with the chat when you're also
Mm-hmm.
creating. I mean, I love it, but it's a challenge for sure. But it's great
And thank you,
fun.
Barbara.
All right, so
So
I'm
that
doing a
one,
layer. I don't know that
that
my
was
paper
more
was completely
transparent.
dry, but I'm going to just try this out and see what happens. Let's just find out. So I see you working with some blues. Oh, that turned out nice.
Thank you.
Are you
The,
doing
the, the,
any?
it's this ended up a little more transparent than I thought it was going to. So the
Okay.
reindeer show.
Okay.
You're doing Christmas. I should send you the reindeer.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured I'd just sort of warm up with some Christmas. I like how this came out. It's
I haven't
it's
been able to
subtle
see
with the
colors.
silver, but I really
Oh,
like
nice.
it. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you.
that is nice. You did nice. You did good.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, hey, Jennifer just joined us. Hi, Jennifer. So
That must be
nice.
scrapbooks and memories of
It
Jennifer.
is.
Hi,
Yes.
Jennifer.
Appreciate you coming on over. Okay, well, I'm
All
happy
right.
with that. Now I'm going to let that dry because I want to do the other side, but I don't dare try yet. So, okay.
All right, Jovi, you said in your stream with Martha, you weren't sure why you go in one direction with your brayer.
That's right.
The important thing is to coat your brayer completely, which is kind of why you go in one direction. Once it's coated completely, you can do
Oh,
whatever you want. You can go back
okay.
and forth once your brayer is coated. Because if it doesn't get coated completely, what happens is you end up with like a shape that's
Oh,
not just
yes.
that's
Okay,
gonna
that makes sense.
go.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad that makes sense. Because I wasn't sure. Like,
It
am I
does make
making sense?
sense
I
because
don't
it's
know.
just like when you paint a wall, it would be a
Mm-hmm.
similar
Yes.
problem.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm
But
trying this. I remember I did this last time and I really liked the results because it picks up the stuff that shouldn't be there. I can't remember what it does. That's why you're with me today to help me remember.
all right, what did you just say?
So I put the paint down and then I
Okay.
picked some up with this brown piece of paper because it absorbs
Yeah.
it so nice. Now I'm lifting the thing, the whatever that's called,
Uh-huh.
stencil. And now
Yep.
I'm going to put this over top and see if the pattern comes through. It'll be subtle again because it's the silver and that's
Right.
really translucent.
Yeah.
I'm going
Yeah.
to see. I'm going to see.
I'm trying to get in the crevices of this one. It's just got little bits and my paper's not like super thin. Works. Oh, it did good.
Okay, so it's more subtle than I would have liked, but I do see it. You probably cannot see it on camera. But it's shiny and it still looks Christmassy. So
That's that's
I'm
that's good.
I could mix the silver with some white maybe. Let's do that. Let's give that a whirl. Let me see what happens if
Let
I
me
do
get this
that.
in here.
Oh, I like that stencil, Darcy.
This one is Dancing Leaves by Rhonda, who was in the chat. I've got a couple of my fellow designers in the chat today,
Oh,
which is fun.
how nice. Thank you guys so much
That
for
one came
coming
out.
on over and supporting. Appreciate that. So, Darcy, did it take you a while to figure out like how much paint to put on and because you don't
Uh,
want too much?
it depends on what you mean by wow, because I probably like when I first got my plate, I probably just did a bunch of a bunch of prints like at a time. And so, if you're doing 50 prints in a day, that's a lot in one day, but you learn a lot. And Patricia
True.
always says you need to like do like 500 prints before you have an idea of what you're doing on the gel plate.
Oh,
And
wow.
then if you don't do it for a while, you like forget.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. I'm glad you told me that because that's probably what I need to do. I just need to
You
sit
just need to
down.
play. Yep.
Yeah.
Play with colors, see what colors do, play with stencils, play with just mark making stuff. Yeah, that one didn't come out as good, but just a lot of washout colors on there is probably why.
I used some white
But there's
on
layers.
this just to make the blue lines go away a little bit, and it worked really nice. You can see the difference. Here's an original. Here's one where I used a little bit of white, and I'm pretty happy with that. Now I can go back in with something else, I think. Let's see. What kind of trouble can we get into? Thank you. Okay, so say this correctly for me, Darcy. Griffinshell?
Her name is Rhonda.
Rhonda.
Griffin,
Thank you.
yeah, Griffin Shale is Rhonda.
Okay, thank you. Thank
I'm gonna
you,
use a little bit of
Rhonda.
black with my purple
All right, I'm trying
and she's
this.
the one that designed the dancing leaves
Oh, awesome. Okay.
stencil.
Well, it's a very cool stencil, Rhonda. Very cool. All right, let's see
Now,
what
what colors do you like to work with a lot?
me. I
Yes.
love pastels. I'm not into true colors. I don't really enjoy them too much. A little goes a long way on a true color for me. So,
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy pastels the most. But like for Christmas, I'll use true colors. But I also like
Oh
to do
yeah,
some pink, pink crafting for Christmas too. I love that.
a little pink and teal.
Heck yeah.
So we're like opposite because I like muted colors, which are like darker, deeper, and have a little black or gray to them.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
At least that's what it feels like.
That's definitely opposite for me. Yeah, yeah. And the only time I would ever do that is if I'm doing like a grungy journal or,
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Ooh,
Um,
Eddie gave me this. I'm gonna use texture plate.
all right. I'm just going to
Gave
see
me
if
a
I can
handle. Good.
do this stencil correctly. Let's find out. Let's find out. All right. I have to lift it. Oops, hold on. I got to get this corner. Your friend Rhonda, and what's your other friend's name, Darcy? That's on
Oh,
this
Eddie
side?
makes art. Eddie makes art. He also designs stencils. Anybody else here design
Oh,
stencils?
cool. That's so awesome. Well, they're probably looking at me like, "Oh my gosh, what a beginner."
Oh,
But,
no, no, no,
that's
no.
okay. That's
We
okay.
were all beginners once.
That's
Don't
right, that's
ever
right.
feel bad about that. Everyone starts somewhere.
That's right.
All right, I have this sprayer off. I'm gonna use to pick up this. It's probably already sat here too long, but that's all right. I'm okay with not getting a lot of it. See, I'm kind of, even if I didn't want to be a grungy creator, everything turns grungy whether I want it to or not.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this. I need to hit the edge over here, but at least the red came out like, bam.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that.
Got a
So I'm
little bit
gonna
going on there.
cover this with something. I need to clean my brayer actually. What do you do when you need to clean your brayer? You just wipe it off on something?
I usually have a paper off to the side because if you don't wipe your brayer off between each time, little bits of paint, dry paint, start to build up, and then you don't have a smooth brayer every. But I usually don't even clean my brayer until it gets thick enough to peel the paint off, which is
Yes.
why they look like this today. Is because I peeled the paint off of them today.
I'm
It's the
just
only reason they look like this.
getting mine with a baby wipe. Is that okay?
Yep, there are people that do that.
And I mean, like at the end, I'll
Dusty Rose.
actually
Oh, Barbara, you
wash
like
it,
Dusty Rose? Mm-hmm.
but for
Yeah,
now,
I'm not a washer.
you're
I'm
not.
I'm a no. I'm terrible with that kind of stuff.
Okay. I'm trying to be better about it so that my things last longer,
Yes.
like especially like my stencils and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I don't know, sometimes we get sick of that pattern anyway, so I don't know, I shouldn't sweat it.
I got a squeaky brayer.
So I heard that. I got this set for Christmas and I was absolutely thrilled. And it took me basically 4 years to decide to dive into some mixed media. And
Oh,
I felt like I was finally ready to do it. So, now it's fun. I don't feel like pressure, like, oh, everybody's doing it, so I have to do it. You know what I mean?
right. Well, that's good because you should want
Yeah.
to do it. It should be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right. I'm going to go in with this envelope here. I
All
feel
right, this
like I
one
want to get a
again.
bigger gel plate once I've sort of mastered some things, just
What
because I
size do
want
you
to.
have now?
What's that? I have an
You
eight
have
and a
an
half
eight by
by.
10
Yeah, I
or
think
eight by
so.
10 usually. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just I want to get my edges. You know what I'm saying?
I do
So,
have a video where I gave ideas on how to get the edges
oh,
if you
nice.
don't have
Okay.
a plate.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Okay.
I'll have to send you that later so you can check
Yeah,
it out.
for sure.
Um,
What I did with when I was on with Martha was I went around with some spray and it worked great. But like I don't have Christmas color sprays, so can't do that every time, you know.
right. All right, so the sprays, I did watch you do the sprays. When you spray on your plate, it's good if you can add some water too. It helps the inks spread better.
Oh, good to know. Okay.
So that was on the piece I just did. Added some more layers there.
Oh my gosh, Darcy,
And
that's gorgeous. I
thank
love
you.
that. You do really
See,
like
this
those
is
intense colors, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll just add a little black, but really the way to get the muted colors, you're supposed to do like a little bit of the opposite of the color wheel into whatever color you want to be muted. And then
Yes.
if you add white, then you end up with a pastel.
Right, which I love, of
So really, you
course.
just do the lighter version of what I like, basically.
Right. Yes. And thank
Yes,
you,
yes,
Eddie,
Rhonda.
for.
Sometimes the brayer offs are the best part of the session.
Yeah, I've just read that. And then Eddie said he's not judging me, which is so nice. Thank you.
Oh no, he wouldn't.
Just here having some fun, not knowing what I'm doing, but I love it. It's
So
great.
I don't have a lot of contrast on that one, but it's subtle. But it added some layering and some depth, I guess. I don't know.
I feel like Jelly Plate is one of those things where you could get a lot of happy accidents,
Oh yeah,
you
yep.
know.
Like that one definitely was not on purpose. This was just me trying to clean off my plate when bubble wrap got paint on the plate, and so then I had like all this mess here. And then those little words there are from when I tried picking it up the first time. Which one of
Well,
these?
that's awesome. I love it. Okay, I have so much red on my little thing over here. I'm going to use some of this red up. It's got to go away. I accidentally dumped way too much on my little thing. All right, let's get this out of the way and get some red going here. So Andrew's sitting next to me. He's doing his
Hi,
coloring. So
Andrew. You probably can't hear me because you probably have headphones on. But
no, I do not have headphones on actually.
oh,
I've never done a live with headphones. Do you always use headphones or no?
I have to. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to hear you. Or if I did hear you, everybody would be hearing you twice.
Oh, why? I don't understand. Why? What's up with that?
If I
What's
wasn't, oh, because of the delay. Like if I was listening
Oh.
to you without headphones, everybody would be hearing you twice,
Oh, even
like an
if you just
echo.
am I
I
echoing?
think
Because
I don't
I'm
know.
not
I've always. No, you're not. It's
okay.
because I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not the way it
Well,
goes.
my daughter was like, "Hey, mom," because I always sound like I have a lisp, which there's
Uh,
nothing wrong with that. If you have one, that's no problem.
right.
But I don't actually have one, and I always sound like I have one. And my daughter's like, "You need to put your headphones on," and I was like, "Well, how does that change it?" And she's like, "I don't know, but it probably would." And I'm like, "Okay, well," I'm owning it. I'm not worried about it. It's so funny.
No, people just think you have a retainer in.
Yeah. Oh, true. Yes. 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 Okay, I'm going back in and sort of getting some edges, and I think I like it. Let me get a little bit on there.
Well, that's great, Barbara. Yeah, some people don't, it's hard to get into mixed media. Some people they just don't like the mess. Some people are afraid of just making a mistake or wasting supplies, really. But there's always a learning curve, so it's really not a waste of supplies. You're still learning something.
And you can always paint over it. But Barbara, I appreciate that comment because I think that's why it took me so long too, was because I was like learning how to do the junk journals, which I love. And I felt like I really needed to focus on that to just sort of get really good at it. And then it was like it is kind of scary to try something new, even though I don't consider myself to be that kind of person that's intimidated by much. But still, it is. It's a lot. I just feel like it's a lot to sort of dive into.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so fun, and I don't mind the mess. You're right. I think some people do get a little concerned about that, but I love a mess. I mean, bring it. So I got no problem. So look how this flap of this envelope was down and I didn't realize it. But I think I'm going to leave that exposed like that just because it's vintage and that way we'll be able to see it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to do this edge. So are you making things for a particular project, Darcy?
Nope. I'm
Just
just
having
kind of
fun?
just making them and having fun, and a lot of them will probably end up in my shop. I'm going to be doing some scrap gel plate scrap things for
Okay.
their Carrie the Crafter is going to be having a collaboration coming up in July, which doesn't require gel plate prints, but encourages them to some. So I
Okay.
figured, and then not everybody likes to do it, but they like to use them.
Yeah, they like to use them, but they
So,
don't like to. Okay. Okay.
so I figured I'd have some available.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I just have to make
Um,
some that aren't just my colors. 'Cause other people like
right.
other colors too. See if I can get
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I'm going in. All right, so I have this nice solid. So I think I'm going to go in with, this will be a good opportunity to mix the white with the silver, I think. So let me do that. I think I
So
used up.
I just got a little bit of transfer from the words on the page I just put down, which is cool.
Ooh.
They're really it's light green, so they're not going to show up unless I use like a really light color to pick it up.
Now, did you
But I also
use
want to put a pattern down.
did you use a print? I'm sorry guys. I said I was going to
These
use
are
white and
like I
silver,
think
but
these are from like a photocopier. Somebody like probably back in the 80s or 90s like copied a bunch of knitting and crochet patterns.
oh,
And
nice.
I got them for like $1 at a consignment shop. There's like a whole bunch of them, and I thought they'd make a nice background and then not get thrown in the bin.
Yeah, absolutely. I
So
love that.
saving paper and having some interest.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, so my last red one. Okay. Spreading the paint on my brayer like a good girl. Look at me. Okay, I think I got it. Yeah, this is so fun. And this is a great way for me to use these vintage envelopes. I'm so excited about that. And you know what's great about vintage paper is it's typically much thicker than the paper that we have nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So I really enjoy it because it's like these envelopes are so thick and they're just great. And I'm glad to be using them. All right. Okay, that's nice and dark. All right, I'm going to let that dry. Girl, look at you go with all those stencils.
Those are that particular one. Those are all just my designs.
Hey,
I love
Bex.
to say
Bex
that.
just popped on and she said she loves the red
Perfect
and it's perfect
red.
for vampires. I love it. Bex, I'm going to put some of these aside for you. I won't put anything Christmas on them and I'll send them to you so you can play with them. I'll do the other side too.
She can
And
goss them up.
yeah, that'll be fun. Actually, I'm going to put this out of my reach so I don't grab for it. Okay, let's move those. All right, what do we have that's dry? Let's work with this one. Okay, let's try white. That's a pretty color blue, Darcy.
Thank you. That is just the Art Smith, which is, I forget where that one is. That might be Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure. Light blue permanent.
Very pretty.
So nice.
Okay.
I think of those as like a neutral because it goes with everything.
Yeah. All right, I did this wrong, but that's okay. I'm embracing my wrongness
Well, you might
because
find something you like even as much or better.
I might. Let's find out. Let's do this. Oops, that's crooked. You know what? I'm going to embrace that too. And let's do this. Let's just press this down and get rid of all that and see what happens.
I have to like look up here to see what you're doing in real time.
Oh.
It's like hear noises.
So now I'm going to peel this up.
Thank you guys.
I think this is going to be
There's my bear off.
garbage. This is absolutely going to be garbage, but let's find out. Let's find out. It is. I
Yeah,
can
you
see
just
the
add
edges.
another layer.
Look, I can see
You
the
just
edges. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm going to do it on the opposite side. Here we go. And then that way I can do it right. Okay. Here we go. Fine. That's perfect. Okay, now I need to clean this thing. It's a hot mess express over here. Okay. All right, there we go.
Thank you guys. Okay, let's see. I'm letting this dry for a minute. All right, I can switch out for. Oh, this is from earlier.
I'm gonna,
Where's Mariah? She could video me pulling this one. This is one I was cleaning my plate earlier, so it's been sitting for a little bit.
all right, so now
Crack
let me
the
ask you
edges.
this, Darcy, because I don't know. I just put a little paint right on my stencil. Do you recommend
Mm-hmm.
not doing that, or do you like to roll
Oh
it off
no.
on the side?
When I want I put it on the stencil so I don't get weird shapes and it doesn't go underneath too much.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm wanting paint to go into the stencil.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I totally. In fact, I just did that. You were busy playing, so you didn't see
Okay.
it. But
Right.
so
Okay.
this is
Good. Good.
my plate before was like so dirty. It took me like several pulls to finally get all the not even all the paint off. There's still some paint.
But you got it.
There's still some paint. There's still some bits on there because I had used bubble wrap that had paint on it, and that dry paint stuck to my plate, and it's just like forevermore.
All right.
Sarah,
I'm pulling
forevermore.
this up. I think I'm doing this right. Okay. Yes. 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 Okay. And here we go. Let's see what happens. Somebody at my front door, but I don't care.
Someone's at your front door.
Yeah, and I don't care. It's fine. I didn't invite anyone over, so they can just leave.
No one, you're not expecting anyone. Probably those satellite people. They came to our house yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
They were bad for a couple months.
All right, so I'm going to see what happens when I remove the tape to expose the window in the envelope. And I have to remove it from both sides. So I got to use up some washi tape, which was great. The ugly washi tape that I don't like. So that was nice.
Oh, Barbara, you're sweet. Let's see. I'm going to use this one. I really like this one. Permanent red violet. Yeah. It's weird when the
Oh,
English is second.
um, Martha just said she subbed to you about a week ago. And so that was nice. Thank you, Martha.
I
That's so
should be
nice.
subbed to Martha. I hope I am.
She Martha's quite the talent.
I was
Quite,
watching you and the replay of you and her. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I moved stuff. Okay.
Okay, so here it is with the tape removed from the window. Surprisingly, that tape did leave a little residue, but I'll probably be able to clean that off. I'm pretty happy with this. If I do like a tall, skinny journal, I think that looks pretty cool. I'll probably do something with the edges, maybe a little stenciling, but I can live with
Mm-hmm.
that, like that's subtle, but it's nice. I don't want everything for Christmas to be like so intense and over the top all the
Right.
time. Okay, I'm sick of Christmas now, so I'm going to move forward to something summary. So let's
I
go
was gonna say
ahead.
summery.
Here
Summer
we
is
go.
your season.
Yeah, yeah, I like some summertime. So I don't typically work with orange. It's a little bit much for me, but let's go ahead and do a sunset. Let's see.
Oh yeah, and doing ombres and mixing, having more than one color. I always forget to do that.
Oops. Yeah, yeah, let's give it a
But
try.
it always has good results unless you
Oh,
get brown. But
Susan's
brown has
here.
its place.
From I Totally Love It.
Oops,
Hi,
sorry.
Susan.
Oh, hi,
Thank you so
Susan.
much for coming. We're just having a play. If you have any questions for Darcy, she's the expert in all these areas, not I.
Not an
So,
expert. I just try things and learn from doing. I've got some pieces that I had like done painty papers backgrounds a while back, so I'm just adding to those is what I'm
okay.
doing today.
Gotcha, gotcha. All right, this might turn out hideous, but I'm here to embrace it. I'm going to put a little blue on here. Sunsets. Orange, yellow.
Sun,
Yeah, we can go a little
sun,
bit of blue, nothing crazy. Let's do
sun,
let's do blue down here in the water actually. Let's make the water
oh,
down here. Let's see what
pastel pink for
happens.
Jovi.
What's going on? What?
I'm doing a pastel pink for Jovi.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice. I love
Gonna use
it.
some of Jovi's colors for a minute.
Heck
Hey,
yeah.
you're switching from Christmas. I'm switching from. Well, it's still gonna be grungy. There's
It'll
grunge on
still
the
be
plate.
grungy. Yeah, heck yeah.
Pink
I
grunge.
love it.
Whoops.
All right, let's see what happens. We got to mix a little white in here because otherwise it's going to be
That's what's gonna get
gross.
mixed up down there.
Let's do that. Let's do this. And let's do a little bit here and there. Okay. All right, let's see what happens. This should be fun and messy. I'm
Add.
here for it. Okay. So the goal is going to be to not to mix everything and blend it, but not overly blend it.
Right.
That's what I'm going to try. So,
Especially the reds and blues. Yeah. Well, reds and
yeah.
blues are okay. Yeah, you've got them far enough apart. Like red and blue will just make purple, and if they touch each other, and yellow and yeah, all those colors won't make brown with just two of them mixed. So, or
Yeah.
now, if you made orange and mixed that with the blue, then you'd get brown.
Yes. Which, I'm not into
Which the
that.
yellow and red could be orange. So
Okay,
that's
I'm
okay.
going over the blue with the orange now. No, I'm wiping it. I'm wiping it.
Yeah, good, good, good.
I don't dare take a chance. I'm wiping it. All right, here we go. Here we go. This is going to be my sunset paper with the ocean. And that's what this is. Oh, look at it, you
Oh,
guys. Oh my
nice.
gosh. All right, let's do a poll.
Ooh, that's gonna be pretty.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. This is
I
fun.
want to cover that some more.
All right, let's see. If it's going to go in a journal, let's do it like this.
Now I have that song in my head. Let's see. I want to use some of my textures. Oh, let's pull this. No, not that one.
Oh, I
Where did I
like
put it?
it. I'll do a little
Where
more
did I put?
white
Oh, there
next
it is.
time, but I am not unhappy with that. That's pretty cool. All right, good. Let's do another one.
Pick this up
Look
with
at this.
unbleached titanium. So this one's been sitting and drying. I'm gonna pick it up with some unbleached titanium.
All right. Ooh, that's so pretty, Darcy. So how many plates do you have going at the same time so that you can sort of keep working while things dry?
Well, I have four big ones, like two 8x10s, a 9x12, and a 12x12. Those are
And
my big ones.
do you typically like when we're doing this today, do you typically like use them all at the same time?
I switched between two so far.
Okay.
I need something. Because I didn't want to, I want to do stuff that people can do in just with just one plate. But then sometimes I'm like, oops, that needs time to dry.
Right. Yes, exactly.
Let's see, how long have I been doing gel plate? Uh, I was still upstairs when I got it. So, and I'm downstairs. My studio's downstairs now, but I used to be up in my living room. So I'd say probably started in sometime in 2020, or at least 3 years.
So that's
And I used to
awesome.
watch Robin McClendon is who I used to watch. My very first gel plate video is something, me trying something I had seen Robin McClendon do.
Nice. So you've been at it for
She's the
about 3
expert.
years, right?
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
say. Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah, that's good. I've really, I've watched your channel and I've just watched your talent grow and it's been amazing.
Thanks.
It's been a real joy to watch, Darcy.
Oh, you're always a joy to watch too, because you're so positive and just
Aw.
infectious.
Aw, thank
I've
you.
always loved you. You're a very special person to me.
Aw, that's so nice.
And I
Thank
and I think
you.
that we started about the same time. I've always kind of been like, yeah, I really like that our growth has been,
Yeah.
similar.
Yes. Yes. Me
You can
too.
almost see those little green words that had transferred. Not a lot, just little hints here and there.
Oh, that's
Hi,
so
Jennifer.
cool. I like your pieces that sort of come off of the plate. That's
Like
awesome.
if I kept this one on the plate, everything would get picked up. But because I
Right.
took it off sooner, I've got more of a grungy look, which is actually I like that look. So
Yeah.
it works for me.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's
Ooh,
very
and then this
cool.
one I got at the Dollar Tree. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so alphabets you want upside down.
All right, I'm going to mix silver and yellow. It might be hideous. Let's find out. There's only one way to find out. It's to dive in and do it, right?
Silver and yellow.
Yeah,
Yeah, curious.
let's find out. It's
Curious,
going to be for
curious,
this
curious.
flower here, so.
I'm doing olive green and seafoam blue, so
Oh, wow.
there's
Okay.
that one.
I definitely it will be looking at that to see what happens.
With my Dollar Tree stencil.
There you go. Okay. Hell yeah, girl. Okay. Think I got it covered.
And I got way too much paint is what I ended up doing.
You did.
Yeah.
So do you think I should wait for this to dry here and then put another thing on it and then pull? What do you think? Oh, there's a delay, but okay. Do you think I should let that flower dry? What do you think?
You can either pick it up while it's wet on something that already has paint on it, or you could wait for it to dry and add color. And either way, you're gonna it's how thick if the paint's not too thick, it might dry fairly quickly.
I don't know if it's thick. It looks a little thick. I think it would be a while. Let me slap this
So,
down
yeah.
on it and see what we get. Here we go. Let's see. And if there's some left over, I'll let that dry because it'll be like so much thinner.
hmm
Jennifer left. Oh, bye, Jennifer. She probably already left, so I didn't have to say bye. Okay.
Yeah. Paying attention to all the things is hard.
Yeah.
How do
Okay,
I?
so it's very subtle. So I should have, instead of silver, I should have mixed it with white. But you know what? I don't hate it.
Well,
So
and you learn by doing.
that's
You
right.
learn. You're learning what you do and don't like.
Yes.
It, it's all
And some
it's
stayed
all
on the
good.
plate, which I'm thrilled about. So, all right, I'm going to get ready to get intense. I never use black. So I'm going to use some. I just don't enjoy black, but let's just embrace it and see what happens here.
Even I struggle with black, so
I mean,
I
I love
get
it
it.
for Halloween, but not, in my
Well, I like it for
usual.
a touch of drama, but when
Yeah.
even if you're doing it for a stencil and you like what you get for a stencil, you still have to like pull off the rest with something, and then you end up with this
Yes.
other piece you don't love quite as much. But
Right,
that's the
right,
thing,
right.
can always layer more paint on top of that. Hi,
That's
Caroline.
right. True, true. Oh, hi, Caroline. How are you, girl? Thanks for coming over. That's so nice. Darcy is walking me through some jelly
Ooh,
plate techniques here,
I think
which
some of the
is
paint from the stencil stayed on the plate because there's this black on there that I didn't use today. That must have come off. Yep, it did. Oh, that's awesome.
all
Happy
right.
accident.
I
I
love
got a happy
that. I love
accident.
that. That's
All
awesome.
right.
We were
So
talking about
get
that.
to dry just a little bit, and then I can pick it up with what? What should I? Got some green, blue, and black. So maybe
Green. Okay, so you're gonna let
magenta
it
will change
dry.
it.
You're gonna let it dry and
Um,
then pick it up with something.
maybe.
Hmm.
Um,
What about dark blue?
I'm afraid I'll lose hmm,
Afraid you lose the light blue or the green or
I'll
something?
lose something. Yeah. I
Okay.
was thinking opposites on the color
Well, my
wheel.
flower completely disappeared. Look. Well, that's
Oh, hold on.
crunchy.
Give me a second, and I'll look.
Oh, okay,
Hold on.
sorry. But actually, I think that'll make a great background for something that's much lighter. So I'm going to
Oh
press the
yeah, you'll be
sides.
able to layer something on that for sure.
Yeah, because it's nice and dark. So let me embrace it.
I'm gonna
And,
use quinacridone magenta because I just want to see what will happen.
ooh, magenta, good idea.
No, sorry, nickel azel gold.
Oh,
I
you changed
had
your
two
mind?
things in my head. They were both next to each other, and I picked up the nickel azel gold and used that, and then said the maroon instead or
Gotcha,
magenta. I don't
gotcha.
know. I'm using the quinacridone nickel azo gold, and I got way too much on there.
Got
I
it.
don't definitely don't want to waste that because sometimes when you put that over green, you get kind of a patina look.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to
So I want
just
to
make a
tap
mess
it.
of this black page that I have going on. I'm going in with another dark color, which is probably not the wisest thing, but I'm just experimenting. I want to see what happens.
Wait, I need. Oh, here. This will work. Let me grab one of these.
All right. Let's see here.
Just drop that one. Okay. She's
Oh,
my
it's
latest
going to be
obsession.
too dark for sure. All right. Let's grab this.
Where's my break? There.
Let's try this one. Bye, Eddie. I hope you have a
Hi,
wonderful
Annie. Hi,
weekend.
bro.
Thank you so
Love you,
much
bro.
for popping by and hanging out.
I actually got to
There
meet
we
Eddie one of the times
go.
I was up in Massachusetts. We got to meet. I know you've met
Oh,
a lot of YouTubers. I've
that's
only met like four.
that's awesome that you got to do that though.
Yep,
How
we went
fun.
checked out the antique store not far from where he's living right now.
Oh, very cool. Oh my gosh, when I was in Italy, I wanted to
Ooh.
go antiquing so bad, and I wanted to get some ephemera, and
Mm-hmm.
I could not find any to save my life. And I finally found a
Oh.
store. Yep, I finally found a store. And I go in, and the guy refused to sell me his old stuff. And I was like, why is it even in here? I mean, maybe he didn't have storage in his house. Everything's tiny over there.
Right.
So I was like so bummed, but I had a great trip. So,
Maybe
we
he
weren't.
has a deal with Rachel.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe
Maybe
that's
that's
too
Rachel's
funny.
guy and he's saving it for her.
Yes, yes. That's
All right, so that's
funny.
how this turned out. The greens and the blues still showed up with the quinacridone nickel azo gold.
Oh my gosh, that looks very
Round out
cool.
the black a little bit.
If that
Yeah, I
was
used it on my
my
latitude, longitude.
if that was my page, I would end up using that for Halloween because it's orange.
Ah,
That's what I would do. Just because it's different and it's got a lot of orange in it.
I used orange in a lot of things.
You do.
Yeah,
I
I do.
don't.
And well, like teals and oranges together, I love.
Oh yeah.
Especially, well,
Okay.
more of a burnt orange, not like a bright orange.
Okay.
I like
Right. I
more the
gotcha.
burnt. I like the
Yeah.
darker, the
Yeah.
darker version of things. You might like peach. I like the burnt.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Let's see. Oh, I want to keep saying I want to use textures, and then I keep forgetting. Let's see. I'm gonna add some more layers on these things. So I'm going to. Oh, I need something on that for sure.
Do you
All right,
ever
now I'm gonna
go
use.
do you ever
Go
go
ahead.
over your paper straight up with your brayer just to fill in the unpainted?
I do that with the paint, and I also sometimes will use like just inks, like dry inks, and just kind of rub those on the white parts if
Oh
I don't
yeah,
want white parts,
nice.
you know.
Yep. Yep.
Where? Not sure why that's stuck on there.
Okay, well, I don't love that at all. Actually, I don't like it at all. What
Okay,
would
well
I
what you can do is take some of your ones that you have a layer or two on and find some mark making things like the cover of your
Mm.
glue and
Yes.
dip those in paint, like put some paint on your gel plate and dip those in the paint and make some marks on your papers.
So
Like you'll
like
see I'm doing. Like if
with
you
like
look up, you'll see.
okay. I'm
Oh
looking. I'm
wait,
looking.
no you won't because
Oh,
I'm not showing the part I'm putting the paint on.
yeah. I
I should
got you.
really pay attention to what I'm doing.
It's hard to pay attention.
All the things you got to remember.
Mhm.
And this is like cardboard, so it hasn't had any paint on it yet, so it's not absorbing the paint real well. So I'm kind of turning it as I put it on, which is giving me some imperfect circles, which I like.
Nice. Oh
So
yeah.
was your channel name Creating with Jovi, was that always what you wanted it to be? Did you ever consider other names?
I did not consider other names. I just remember that it came to my head because it's the first two letters of my first and last name.
Right.
And I just was like, that's it. And so I went with that. And it's the funniest thing because now everybody calls me Jovi, like even in my family.
Oh, that's funny. I was wondering about that too, because I know you're actually Joanne, and I was wondering if people
Yeah.
call you Jovi and
Oh, yeah.
IRL.
Everybody calls me Jovi, and you can put that on the counter, and they buy me gifts with Jovi on it. And like I have several cups that say Jovi, and it's the funniest thing. So, and it's funny too because when I was young, my nickname was Jody. So it's very so close to that, you know.
Right.
So yeah, so we've all embraced it, which is great.
Yes. I love it. All right. Let's see. Try this darker color. So now I'm doing some mark making on some of the bases that I've got. And I'm just trying to use stuff I've got a box of textures. It's basically what I've got. This one
So
is the
I put
things that go
some
on the bottom of chairs.
I put some blue on this, Darcy, and I like it so much better. I love it
Oh,
actually
good.
now. Yeah, I'll do that again. That was fun.
These need to get saturated.
See if I can place this back where it was
Oh,
earlier.
nice. You've got nice contrast there with the teal and the light green. Yeah.
It made me so much happier. Yeah.
Hmm.
Just adding a little life to it, you know.
Yeah.
So,
fire on that
Darcy, do you
too.
have any plans for the weekend?
The weekend, I gotta make some videos. That's my life. Weekends
Okay.
are good for me to make videos because my husband works on the weekends.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, nice. Then
So,
you get a little quiet time.
yes,
That's
he
awesome.
actually goes to work on Sundays, Saturdays and Mondays. Goes into work, and on Sundays he works from home.
Okay, very good. Very good. Well,
And
that's
the rest, because he works
nice.
three 12-hour days, so the rest of the week he's home.
Gotcha. Okay. What are you doing on your channel? Tell us, you got collabs going on or what?
Let's see. Well, I got the regular monthly collabs I do with makers of mixed media art and artist Facebook group, like the Makers Creative Collab, the collage, which I still haven't done for May, and the color combo, which is led by Paula in the group and Carrie the Crafter. And then let's see, Carrie's going to be announcing in June his collab for July,
Okay.
which I've been invited to participate in. I don't think he's doing like an official. This person's doing this day. It's just, hey, you want to do it? Here's the guidelines, kind of a deal.
Nice. Okay.
Um, and then I've got some journals I want to make.
Oh, nice.
So
Well, you're
it's
busy.
just
Busy girl.
I like to do the mixed media part, and the journal parts they sometimes get put off to the wayside.
Yes, indeed. Yep. You're right. They do. I have found I love making digital kits, and
Oh
yet
yeah,
I rarely have time to use them. So it's now my priority to make the time to use them.
right. And
Yes.
sadly, the journals I have coming up don't even. Well, they probably will use some of my kits, but yeah, I'm like, yes, I love my kits, but I don't always use them as kits. See, I don't use anything as a kit. Like
Gotcha.
usually digitals, I'm just like I use them all over and kind of
Okay.
combine and everything.
Right.
Should have done that in
Yes.
a different color,
And
maybe.
I'm answering Caroline. Yes, Caroline, it is so fun to just do this and see what happens. I love it. It's great fun. Oh, here's
Yep.
one for you,
So,
Darcy. You're going to love this one.
oh, I can't. All right. I don't
Hold
feel
on.
like standing up.
Getting
I'll,
ready
I'll
to
wait a
pull.
second.
Look, there it is. You're going to love it. It's got Darcy vibes on it, I feel like.
Very good.
All bright for you. Look at all the colors you have on your plate. My goodness.
Why? Well, some of them are dry. They might get picked up. They might not.
I love it. It's so fun.
So that's pretty much dry now. So I can pick it up with something. Let's see, we got blues and maybe white. Where's my cream that I had a minute ago?
Well, for anybody who's here, I'm doing an open design team call. So if you're
That's right.
interested, yeah, send me an email
Oops.
and and then I'll let you know what I need from you. And then I'm going to be doing some Christmas in July. I'm in 2 collabs for Christmas in July, so that's fun.
Awesome.
And yeah, and then I think I'm gonna do a Halloween collaboration. And I'm working on a Gothic Girls digital kit. So I think that'll be
Oh,
fun. Yeah.
that'll be interesting. I'd like
Yes.
to see your version of Gothic Girls.
Yeah. Yeah. You may be surprised, you may not. But yeah, I think
I
you're
want to
gonna.
see a goth flamingo from you.
Ooh, that's a great idea. Oh my gosh, that's so funny, Darcy. Oh, I have to do it now that you said it. Absolutely have to. That's great. Oh, that's pretty. I like that for summertime.
That's just picked up the mess on my plate, but still something interesting.
Let me see it again. Put it back. Oh, wait, here. I think you're
It's
getting ready to
still
flip it because. Ooh, that's pretty. That's a mermaid journal page right there, girl.
There you go.
Yeah.
Whoops. I just hit
So
it because it wasn't
pretty.
going anywhere. Oh, that needs something.
All right, I'm going to
That
add
needs
some
something.
purple. You've inspired me to add purple here and see what happens. So let's do it.
All right. So like you asked about white spots. Like if you look here, there's like a bunch of white spots in here. Like
Yeah.
nothing wrong with white. You can have white. It's not that big a deal. But
Yeah.
sometimes I don't want it to be white. So I will just take
Okay.
my ink, like my dry ink here. Is this just like brush corduroy? No, I don't want brush corduroy.
So, and what do you mean
Maybe
by dry ink? What are you talking
my
about?
distress inks.
Okay.
I usually take my distress ones because then if I want to alter them, I can.
Okay.
And I think I'm actually gonna find where's my I'm looking for well, I was looking for my rusty hinge, but we'll just do fossilized amber might work. Yellow. And so I'm just gonna kinda go in there with the and then that changes that up a little bit. And then I can do varying I can do it darker in some spaces, lighter in other
Oh,
spaces.
yeah, yeah, I like that. Okay. Now, did you wait for that to dry or are you just diving
Oh
in
yeah,
with
that
it?
this is what I did earlier today, so it's totally
Okay.
dry.
Okay, gotcha.
And I'm just kind of doing that, and then I can even take it out to the edge, and then I might do some. Whoops! Oh, I might get some paint in it. Who knows what'll happen?
I love it. That's awesome.
So on the edge where I've done it to just add color on the edge, I might come in with the color of the paint. I don't do very well with brushes apparently.
Okay. Okay.
It's a mess. But I might come in with like the darker colors. Where are they? Where's my blue? Oh, I want to try this color. All right, so this is Warm Breeze by VersaCline. And when you look online, some pictures look light blue and some look like this teal color. So I want to see what color it really is. It's my goal today to find out what color that really is.
Did you just buy
Looks,
that? It's brand
looks
new
like a
to you?
dark teal. Yeah, yep. I
Okay.
just haven't even used it yet. It's my
Nice.
first time using it, trying it out.
Awesome. Okay. Well, that'll
And
be fun.
it is a dark teal, turquoisey teal, not
Oh,
a light blue.
nice.
So,
Okay.
which is kind of what the cover looks like when you get it, but the pictures on the internet don't really show that so great. So,
Yeah.
just gonna.
Pam is here. Hi, Pam. Thanks for popping
Hi,
over. We
Pam.
appreciate it. How fun. So fun to see my friends.
So
I love
sometimes
it.
this is what I'll do for an edge that didn't get painted. I'll add some inks and stampings and try to make it look like it belongs a little bit.
Okay. Okay. So you kind of let them dry and then you'll go back in and
Yep.
sort of add. Okay. I love that idea.
Add mark making with the whatever you can find, or use stamps, stencils, all the things.
Okay.
Let's see. Like if I used a stencil and went over the edge here, which I don't want that
Pam,
one.
you are correct. She is a pro at gel making, and that is,
Oh, you guys are sweet.
I am here picking her brain. Indeed. For sure.
This time I'll use a dark blue. Where is my dark blue? All right, you'd never know I cleaned off my desk before this.
Yeah,
What
I
was
understand
that?
that feeling.
I don't know. It just fell, but it sounds messy.
Oh gosh.
I have no idea what fell.
You'll find out
Oh,
when you step on it when you get up.
I think it'll be under my desk. It's like to the right of my desk.
Oh,
I was
that's good.
looking for my Twilight Versafine. Oh, and I have them in two piles. That's why Twilight, dark blue. Oops.
Pam, you've never done it before. Actually, that really surprises me. I feel like you have had your hands in just about everything. But it's fun, Pam, and you should give it a try because it's just fun. Totally
Even if
fun.
you want to be like Barbara, 49 dragonflies and wear gloves, it still can be fun, even if you don't like to make a mess.
Right. Exactly.
I chuckle because she uses the gloves, and I'm just like,
Oh, she does. Oh my
yeah, she
gosh.
wears gloves to do the mixed media now. She didn't always,
Okay.
but at some point, she just started doing it. But
That's funny.
I've shown up at my client's house with paint on my hands before, ink on my hands because the paint comes off easily. It's the
Right.
ink that does not come off so
That's
easily.
right. Yeah.
Because paint just comes off with warm water.
Right. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna have to double that up with something. Well, let's see. Let me get a little purple right there. Okay, I like that.
So now this is like a totally different piece than how it started.
Oh yeah, it sure is. Okay. So
Yeah,
let's
Jovi's doing
see.
great. This is Jovi's like third time gel plate printing.
Yeah, I think it's my
And
third
it's
time. Maybe,
and
maybe fourth.
like
But
I said, it's just doing it is what makes you better at it.
right.
Just,
So I just need to, keep
so just have
practicing.
it be your hyper focus for a couple days, and you'll get great at it.
Exactly. Yes.
If you know, you know.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
All right, we got blues and pink and maybe I'll do green.
So
Maybe I'll do
Darcy,
more than one color.
do you make your die cuts on your Cricut or something like that?
I design on my iPad on Procreate, and then I usually have to do a practice cut to make sure they're going to cut well. And I do that. I have a maker, Cricut maker. Oh, don't lay your brayer down like I just did, because then you end up with a mess. That's all right. And so yeah, I cut them, and I use Yupo because that's how we sell them, and that's how PM Artist Studio sells them in their shop.
Okay.
Because that's where you can find stamps
Oops.
and stencils of my designs are over at pmartiststudio.com.
Gotcha. So they've got them in their shop. So when
Yep.
somebody orders, is it a company that cuts it for you and sends it out,
It
or
is
do you?
it's a family run company, small family. It's Patricia and Mariah, and then Brad and their nephew or Patricia's grandson, Josh. He does a lot of scraping of the mats. Um,
Okay. Well, that turned out like
and
garbage. Sorry, mine did. Not yours.
you're still brayering as far as I can tell. I'll have to wait a minute to see your garbage. It's all right. It can always be fixed. It's not
Yes,
the
I
end all
will.
be all.
I will add to it for sure.
Let's see. I'm gonna
I think my brayer needed to be
put that
cleaned.
one down, I think. Oh, yeah, especially if you're using white. Oh, it just, yeah, and it's hard to do. You might even want to take like a piece of sponge to
Mm-hmm.
get more detailed pieces like that, and just kind of have your paint off to the side, dab your sponge in, dab some paint off, and then go in with like with stencils that have small openings. Hi, Sonia, like that.
Yeah, okay.
Would probably be your better option.
Gotcha. I'm gonna
Even
get
if you did it on the gel plate first and then put it down on the gel plate.
got
I don't
it.
know if that makes sense or not.
I think so. I'm grabbing some stencils here. Not stencils, but some ink here.
Mm-hmm.
See what I can do. Although this is a little bit wet, I think I'm gonna let that dry before I attack it again.
Pick this up with just
That looks pretty cool though. Okay, okay.
so
Somebody new
not used
came
to
in.
doing this
Sonia.
stuff.
Hi, Sonia. Thank you
Sonia,
for
yes.
stopping by. It's so nice. All right, so I'm going to go do some backs. So this is a nice bright one. I think I'll do the back of this one. Actually, yes, 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 I will. Let's see. Yellow and green. Okay. So I'm hoping
Um,
the purple will get lifted, but we'll see.
oh, problem is, some of these have little pictures on them. I just want words.
Do you ever thin your paints with anything, Darcy, or do you just sort of use them how they come out of the container?
It depends what I want to do.
Okay.
Um, because I have done, let me get a bigger plate so I can show you.
Okay.
I have watered down plates to make them act like these. So I'll do that real quick with something. Let me find a piece of paper so I can have it ready to go. All right, so I'm gonna do a little bit of this light pink. Well, that's a lot of that light pink. I want to do some dark pink with it, though. Where is it? This one. And then I'm gonna spray water with the sprayer I had earlier. There it is. Just kind of put a bunch of water on there. This is something I've done before, and this just
Okay.
like really waters down the paint a lot, so that when you go to pick it up, it's just watery and weird. It's got
So
way too
kind
much
of like
paint.
more translucent, maybe?
We'll find out in a second. I will use a
Okay.
piece that has words on it so we can see,
All right.
or numbers. I know obsession. So that's how that comes out. It comes out more like an ink, but it also came
Oh,
out pretty. It
I
came
like
out
the
pretty.
colors.
Let's see. Yeah, I picked your colors.
Yeah, I
Very
like I just I like
flamingo-y
them.
colors.
Super pretty.
But there's some other things to do with water that I've been wanting to try, and I just haven't.
Okay.
Because like when you spray water on it, it should start to separate,
Okay. Oh,
and then so when you pick it up, I'll use this to pick it up and see what I can get. But if that's a technique that I first saw, Kirsten, Quirky Queen's journals, she does a lot of gel plate printing too.
okay.
She does
So
a lot of
you saw her
abstracts.
spray in the water. Okay.
Yep, that's yeah. She had like 10 techniques, so that's how that looks with that background.
Okay, hold on. You're pulling now, so the delay, you know. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. I love it. That turned out really pretty. Do you like
Thanks.
it?
Yeah, I think it came out cool. It's not something I'd be able to get um with any kind of stencil, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try it again and do the sprayer it out first, and then put a little ink down. Put not ink, water. Put a little water down,
I might
and
try
then maybe
that.
let it sit. And then I'm gonna maybe let it sit. I don't know. We'll see. Ooh, it's
Okay.
got brown now. All right. So
For those of you
and
who weren't here when I mentioned, I covered my window envelope with washi tape so to protect it from the paint. So that's what I'm peeling back right now. And I did it on both sides, so you can't see through it right now. But when I'm done playing with this side, I'll peel this off too and we'll see how it looks. But I need to add a little bit to the edges here.
so put water on here, and I'm letting it sit for a minute so the paint can dry, and where the water is, the paint won't dry. So
Okay.
when I lift it up, so I'll take a paper to lift up the wet, and then I should have like some interesting designs.
Nice.
That's
Okay.
that's the goal. We'll see.
Yeah. And thank you, Pam. I read your comment. Appreciate that.
Getting off more paint than I didn't wait long enough.
You got impatient.
I got impatient, but we
Yeah.
still have some drip marks. We just and we this is what I ended up picking up, and that's what's left on the plate is that nice grungy.
Oh, yeah. And then will you add water to that to pick it up?
That if I let it dry and then pick it up with another color, I think it'll just look really cool and grungy. I could
Yeah.
even pick it up with a metallic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
But
that'd
I
be
gotta let
cool.
that dry to keep. If I don't let it dry, it will not keep the those shapes,
Gotcha. Okay.
and it'll take a little longer to dry because there was
Oops.
water on it. So
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, I don't hate this at all, I'll tell you. That's pretty cool. All right, so
and
I'm going
this
to
was just like
pull.
cleanup.
Whoops.
Just cleaned off my plate for that.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes those come out the best, I think. You
Especially if you
know?
like grungy.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to pull
I
this
love
tape
the
off.
greens and the teals together. I love.
Yes. Oh, I like that. Is that your cleanup paper? Oh my gosh, that turned
Yep,
out
that's the one
awesome.
I just cleaned up off the other
That turned,
plate. So now I
that
can
turned out so
play some more.
good. Oh my gosh.
Let's see, what do I have that needs something?
I'm trying to get this. Usually
Into this.
washi tape just comes right off. It doesn't stick to anything. And of course, I chose washi tape that actually sticks. Oh my gosh, of course. Oh,
Uh-huh.
that's so funny. There we go. Okay. Now my windows are
Yeah, you don't need the
exposed.
whole. Just need Jovi's over there exposing herself.
What's going on?
Well, I'm teasing you. All right, I want to do some more mark making. What do I want to do? Where'd my no? That'll come out backwards. Okay.
So you just basically use
Um,
stamps or whatever to mark make, and that's pretty much.
I would use stamps if I was up to washing them, but I'm not up to washing them.
Got you, got
I'm
you. So
too
you're just
lazy.
doing whatever. I
So
got
I'm
you.
using
Okay.
like these are like covers, water covers that I glued
Mm.
on a piece of cardboard,
Oh, nice. Okay.
and there's some of my mark making tools, and then it can be a little bit more random when I put them on, and I get more on there at one time, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And for those
Well,
that do digitals, they have no copyright, and you can use them in your digitals.
there you
So
go.
there's that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. So I am definitely more apt to use this envelope now that it's got this paint on it. I mean, this is so
Right?
fun. Yeah. Yeah. Because I have so many of these little envelopes in my stash, and now I'll actually use them. This is great. Great, great stuff. Whoops, I just banged my camera. Sorry, everyone. All right, let me take a look at this one. Oh,
I did
yeah,
that
yeah.
earlier.
Let me go back to this and let's see. No, no, let's wait on that. Let me check the back of this one. This has nothing. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's go in with some light colors.
So when you're ready to start doing mark making, just remember all the things you can use, like your covers. Oh, when you throw away your glue, you can save your covers, or and use
Oh,
those for mark
yeah.
making. And cardboard. Um, oh, I even have. I don't want to put pink on that one. Though. I have this piece of styrofoam that I that I found on my wall. I haven't tried it with paint yet. Let's see what happens.
Oh, I like your corrugated cardboard there.
Yeah.
Yes, Barbara, get some envelopes out. These are all vintage. This was from a lady's, all of her bank statements. She kept them for years, and
Ooh, that's
they
interesting.
they were given to me, and so I feel so good about using them finally. I'm going to go grab some more white. I'll be right back.
I've been wanting to try this piece of styrofoam just to see what happens. And
Hmm.
now you know.
Darcy, do you
How
ever
about
use
that side?
gesso in your I mean, would there ever be a need to use gesso in jelly plate?
I don't usually use it. I have used it on the jelly plate. I don't usually, but I have.
Okay. Okay.
But that's because mine's thick and it dries so fast.
Okay.
But I'm also like a person that uses styrofoam on her jelly plate. So
Yeah.
that's what that weird sound is, if you can hear it.
I do hear it. That's so funny. Is that the styrofoam?
Yeah, styrofoam that I found on my walk, and I was like, oh, let me try that on my
Oh
jelly
my
plate, and
gosh,
it makes
that's
an
funny.
interesting. It'll definitely grunge a piece up.
Okay,
I
right.
keep forgetting
Yeah.
I'm this direction. All right, and then you just asked about gesso. I used gesso or even white acrylic paint or white matte paint. Where is my gesso? I don't even know where my gesso is. Liquitex gesso. Here we go.
Okay, so
Um,
I wasn't sure if there was ever a need or a desire really to use gesso on jelly plate, but so it does serve a purpose of some sort.
I use it as a resist usually if I use it.
Okay.
And so let me grab out a piece of this, and let me grab a stencil. It's not like I don't have a million. That one's empty. How's that one empty? No, it's not empty. Oh, here. Okay, come on. Okay, so I have this giant. Dragonflies. Like that. And you don't have to use gesso for this resist. You can use any paint. I usually like a lighter color paint.
Okay.
Um, oops, because it's a resist for inks. I don't think I said that part.
Oh, okay.
So you do the paint and you let the paint dry, and then you come back. And you smush your inks.
Okay.
And this one has tiny little crevices, apertures, just carry the craft would call them. See. Ah,
This is wet, but I'm still flipping it and doing it on the other side because I like the color paint and I want it on both sides. So it's a bit messy, but that's okay. Oh, I like that. That's pretty. Okay, that's fun.
Hi, Caroline.
Very happy with that. Bye, Caroline. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Caroline's an amazing mixed media person. My goodness.
I watch her sometimes. I don't think I watch her enough. I need to watch her more.
Yeah, she's just really just goes with it. Like she's very intuitive and
Mm-hmm.
it's just wonderful to watch. It's just great fun.
Yeah, my favorite people to watch are the what if. What if I do this? What if I try this?
Yes.
And experiment and not afraid to try things.
Right. Well, yeah, that's the adventure of it.
That's fairly dry. All right, so my gesso ended up light blue because there was blue on my brayer.
Okay.
Now I will take and I'm going to ink the opposite side of it, so that it doesn't cover. So it should come through here. It feels fairly dry. So I'm going to spray some ink on the plate.
My brayer has decided not to roll, so I need to clean it.
That's how you know.
Gosh, that is exactly how you know.
And I'm going to sprayer that out. And oh, I forgot to add water. Oh, I'm going to spray water in my face, apparently. Add some water so that I have good movement with that. And I'm also going to spray the back side of this paper.
Okay, I like that. I'll go in with like
I'm
a
going to
lighter
spray this one
color
first.
and maybe do some designs. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm gonna let that dry. How fun.
Not this paper is thicker than I realized. All right, going on the front now. I got way more ink on the front than I want.
Oh, what's going on here? Oh, that's still drying. Okay.
I'm trying to do for you or for me.
Well, either both of us. What do you got going on?
I'm trying to do the resist, but I didn't. It's not giving me good contrast.
Oh, gotcha.
Like
Okay.
that's just because it. I don't know. Oh, because it was the blue, and so yeah. But yeah. Let me try again on other paper. Oops.
I would love to see your hands, the palms, and see if they're
These
a- as dirty as mine.
it's actually cleaner than usual.
Oh my gosh, mine are a hot mess express over here.
No, that doesn't mean they're not a hot mess express. They're just cleaner than usual.
Oh my gosh. So funny. Yeah, I used to watch PM Artist Studio and then I didn't as much because, I wasn't doing the mixed media, but I think it's time for me to dive back in.
Oh yeah, because Patricia is on the gel plate a lot, and
Oh,
they do a lot of
nice.
other interesting things too.
Yeah. And they're so funny. Oh my goodness.
let's try this again. This is gesso, yes.
Do you let the paper sort of rest on the plate before you pull it, or do you just go ahead and press and pull?
Usually will at least for a minute or two if I have the time.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Because will you get a better pull if you just let it set?
yes,
Oh,
yes, you
okay.
should. Although
Okay.
there's a weird time that if you pull it too soon or too late, it rips your paper. It's a weird
Oh, yeah,
phenomenon that I
you gotta
haven't been
get your.
able to figure out.
Yeah, okay, okay.
I need a stencil.
Okay, I'm so
I did
happy
not
with
go
this,
into this
Darcy.
prepared.
You have to look at this. It makes me so happy right now.
All
Oh
right, you're
my gosh.
pulling it,
Look, look.
pulling it. Having baby. Oh yeah. Now,
I
what did
love
you
it.
do? The sponge? What did you end up doing?
No, I ended up just letting it dry, and then I just put the
Oh,
stencil on the gel plate, and then I just set it on there for a minute, which was why I had asked you, should I let it sit? And I
right.
did just a little bit, and it turned out great. So thank you for
Okay,
that.
here we go.
It's totally fun.
All right.
Thank you, Susan. I appreciate that.
All right. This is how I did it last time. And I just couldn't remember. So I did the gesso on the plate, put the stencil down, picking up through the stencil, and then grabbing another piece of paper to pick up what's left on the plate. And I'll do that a couple times and ideally that will act as a resist when I go to put some inks on it. Ideally.
Now, when you say act as a resist, tell me, what do you mean by that?
Okay, so um, the inks. Oh my goodness, it might even work better with a regular acrylic, which I might try in a minute. Um, Sorry, my gesso is stuck.
You're good. No worries.
So I'm like, what? Um, so the inks absorb into the paper and lay on top of the paint. So
Okay.
they look different on the paper than on the paint. So then you see, so it works as a resist. Let me do another one of these. So again, I put the paint down, put my paper on top of that, crooked, but that's okay. And
Oh, wow, look at that. Is that a stencil or is that the paint?
that, that is my stencil.
That's
That is one of
beautiful.
my designs. Thank you. That is Peacock Swirls.
Love it.
So that could be the one you choose if you want.
Yeah, it's really cool. I like it. Let's see. I'm thinking I might go bold here.
All right, can't even
Ooh.
see where the paint is on these because it's just a thin coat of white gesso. So what color? What color? What color? I'll try.
You're doing it on that music paper? That's going to be awesome.
Yes, some of it's on the music paper, some of it's on white paper. Let's just do the pink
Okay.
again. All right, I'm gonna spray water. I'm gonna spray inks, which actually. All right, so you see, even on here, because there was still a little bit of paint left on here, you can
Mm-hmm.
see where it's spreading away from where the paint is from the stencil.
Yeah.
That's a resist. I'm
Oh, I
actually gonna
got
pick
you.
this up.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick this up on a separate piece because I think I will be able to get some of that paint now that it's wet too. And I usually will spray the paper too, so it smushes really nicely and I don't get a lot of like just sharp edges.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, so yeah, I'd have to let that sit for a while. All right, so that, let me try. Spray the paper, spray the paper.
Garbage.
There we go.
So
Putting
I
the
think my
letters.
paint needed to be a little thinner on this to make this come out. I might try that again though. I'm putting this back on. Not happy with it.
My resist technique is not working like it did last time. I don't think I used enough paint. Or maybe it works better with acrylic paint. I don't know. I could have sworn I
Let's
did it with gesso the first time. You can see a tiny bit on there. Let's see.
Now, I'm looking at it right now, and is it soaking wet or is it
Yep,
just,
it is soaking wet.
it is, okay.
I've got ink on there. I've wet the paper. I've wet the plate and added the ink. All right, there. Now you can see the resist. So you can see where the gesso is compared to where there is no gesso.
Oh, yes. Okay, I got you. Okay. Awesome.
And then I'm just going to stack these on here to get them a little drier. So that's basically what the resist does is, it shows it doesn't absorb into the paint like it does
So it kind of like
on the
waterproofs
paper.
it ish, sort of,
Yeah.
if we think of it like that. Okay.
Yep. I
That's
mean, some of the
cool.
ink color will still show through, but you can see the design.
Yes. Let's see. I wonder if I have a sponge handy. I need to get some makeup sponges. I was watching somebody do something and they were using makeup sponges and oh, it was Caroline actually, Caroline on the hillside. And I was like, that's so brilliant. I never used them, but it
And what was
just
she?
she was I don't know, she was smushing paint around or something. I can't even remember what the heck she was doing, but I was like, I need to get some of those.
Yeah.
I was
Well,
like,
yeah,
that's
and you
so
don't have to
cool.
do it. You don't have to have a gel plate to do the resist technique. You can use your sponge and whatever paint. It doesn't have to be gesso either. It can be any paint. And
Gotcha.
just go
Oh, there
through
we
your
go.
stencil with the paint. Stencil. Here you are. I will do the gesso just because that's what I've got here. Or will I?
Is that
Okay, I thought these
vintage music paper?
containers.
Is it?
I don't know. It's whatever I found at the thrift store.
Oh, nice. Probably is then.
Yeah, at least. Well, yeah, I guess it's probably at least from like. I don't like to think of stuff from when I was a kid as being vintage, but to be honest, it
Right.
is.
It is. Yes. Yes. And there's nothing we
I'm
can do
way
about
past
that.
vintage myself.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Let's
Well,
see. Yeah,
I
it was a
don't
big
hate that.
clump of
It's
tried paint in there. Yeah.
got a lot of patterns on it. I like that. Okay. I'm going to let that dry. Very nice. Okay. Well, let's see what we got up our sleeve over here. I'm leaving that for
Yummy.
now. Oh, this needs something. Let's do something here. Let's see. Let's do, I really do love this. Don't you have favorite things that you use a lot because you just love them?
Uh huh.
I do too.
I
I use
do.
use this a lot, but I really do like it.
That one of the things I use a lot that I really like that is not. I use it for a not intended use.
Okay.
Is these foam stickers, and I left them on there. And I use them on my gel plate because you want your numbers, your letters and numbers to be upside down when you put them on the gel plate. So you want them upside right to look at them. And then you put them on the gel plate, and then when you pick them up, they're right side out again. So stamps don't do that. Stamps will give you a backwards. They'll be backwards when you put them on the gel plate and take them off again. But
Gotcha.
stickers,
Right.
the stickers
Okay.
don't. So I got these like at Hobby Lobby one time when they were like half off, and
Oh,
they were just
wow.
black. Believe it or not, they're just black foam stickers, and I left them as they were
Okay.
on the plastic, and I just used them as a texture plate.
That's
That's one
awesome.
of my
Okay.
favorite things. Hi, Brian.
That's very cool. Happy anniversary, Susan. If you didn't already
Yes,
leave,
happy anniversary, Susan.
have a wonderful date with hubby. That's awesome.
So, how many years? Carl is your husband, right?
That's correct.
And how many years have you guys been married?
We just celebrated 34 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike
So,
and I just did 30.
Wow. Okay. Nice.
I don't have the patience for this. See, the gel plate's faster, but I wanted people to see that you don't have to have a gel plate to do that resist technique. But the
Yeah.
gel
No, I
plate is
think
faster and uses less paint. Just
right.
saying.
Right. 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 But it is nice because some people want to be able to do something like gel plate, but maybe they can't go out and get one. And it's nice to
Mm-hmm.
know that you can replicate the whole thing, you know?
Yeah, some of the techniques I do on the gel plate can be replicated. That's still wet. I have to wait for it to dry. I don't have that kind of patience. Bye, Susan. Have a good evening. But I still like to, show people, yes, you can do it either
Right.
way.
Right. That's the thing. And I think that that's a really important thing to share.
And before I had a gel plate, I would watch Artie Mays a lot because she did a lot of mixed media, just using paint and inks and whatnot.
Oh, okay. Okay. Stencils and stuff like that, just different
Yep.
things.
And yeah,
Nice.
and watercolors even, like where she would just
Oh,
use
yeah.
watercolors kind of the way. I see if I had waited, I didn't get to resist because I didn't wait for it to dry. I have no
Okay.
patience.
Gotcha.
I have
Right,
no
right.
patience whatsoever.
Yeah, that's okay.
Let's see.
I think definitely there's a benefit to having two of the plates so that you can let something dry. I do like that
Mm-hmm.
idea. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was, I wouldn't say life changing, but
Yeah, that helped.
live stream changing anyway. But yeah, it helps my videos go by fast. I don't have to edit as much or pause as much.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
See what I want to do to some of these that I got started here. Some of these I made in another video where I did a pinky video and I did them on shiny paper and I did not like how they came out
You
because they were
didn't
just so
like it.
shiny. Well, I
Really?
had used like some glossy paper that was meant for a laser printer.
Okay.
And so they still look kind of glossy even after I put the paint
Mm.
on.
Mm.
So
Okay.
I just was not in love with them. So
Right.
those are the ones that I've been adding layers to today, hoping that I'll like them better. Yeah.
Right. Yes. Oh, this one doesn't have a back. Let's do something about that. Okie dokie. What do we got? Okay.
Sometimes you go back through and you're like, I did that many papers,
Yeah, that's exciting, isn't
and
it?
then dropping more things.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Where
Are you just about done? You wrapping it for today?
I just I'm looking to see what I've got and what I've made and what I might want to add.
Got you. What time do we want to get off? We've been on for an hour and 38 minutes.
Let's see, where are you at? You still got a few more you want to do, right?
I
You have as long as
can
you want to be here.
I can stop anytime, honestly. It's no big deal. Like I'm
Sounds like
totally
an addict.
flexible.
I can stop anytime.
I'm just so flexible, you know. I like to be flexy.
Get flexy with it.
That's right.
Well, while you're still playing, I'm just going to add more layers to my
Nice.
some of my
Okay.
pieces that I've started here
I'm going to check my backs
that just need a
basically, and
little
I'll
bit
just
more.
make sure that I got my backs done and then I'll be good. So I'll do that real quick.
Oh, there we
Yeah,
go.
this has been fun, Darcy. I'm so glad you came on with me today.
I'm so glad you asked.
Yeah.
I've only live streamed, let's see, you now and Laura, the half-ass crafter, and I had my interview on PM Artist Studio and done a couple myself. That's about it.
Nice.
Oh, and I did do like the New Year's streamathon. Yeah, that was. by myself, but other people before and after me, I guess.
Oh, that's kind of fun, right?
Mhm.
Was it like a mixed media sort of thing?
Yeah, pretty much. It was run
Cool.
by Art Sirius, Miriam, and Raul, I think his name was.
Okay, nice. And that
Just
was for
ringing
New
in the new
Year's?
year
Oh, that's
for New
cool.
Year's. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool. Oh, I like that. That's pretty. Oh, I like it. I like it. Okay. Okay, very nice.
5 Pam. Thanks for joining us today.
Bye, Pam. Thank you so much for coming by and hanging out. Happy Friday, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful
Today's Friday.
weekend. Have some.
Oh yeah, you asked me earlier, and I never asked you. What do you have plans for the weekend?
Oh, do I? Let's see what's going on this weekend. You know what? I don't know. I helped my son install some windows on Tuesday, and I'm exhausted. So I hope I can just have
So
some crafty time. That's what I'm
I hope so
hoping.
too.
Yeah,
Some
I feel like
crafty,
I earned
relaxing
it.
time. I think you definitely have. I agree.
Yeah, that's hard work, especially in
Mhm.
Florida. It's so hot down here. Holy cannoli.
Right?
Yeah. Already it's in the 90s. Like today's 95. Can you even believe it?
Oh, we have had a respite from the heat. It has been mid 70s yesterday and today, and
Oh,
sunny and breezy,
oh,
and
you
I'm
lucky
just
girl.
in love,
Oh, yeah.
in love
That's
um
fabulous.
with
Well,
what's
I'll
going
tell
on with
you,
the weather this week.
when we went to Italy, I was shocked that it was like cold at night and like 73 during the day. I was like, oh my
Oh,
gosh, this is so fabulous.
right?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Because it stops getting cold at night at some point, and you're like, unless you have AC, you have no, which we do. We have central AC. I'm so glad, but you
Yeah.
have no break because it one year we lost electricity during because of a storm for like 3 days, and it was like
Yeah.
in the 90s,
Oh, yeah.
and it was miserable. I don't even know how my son's medication survived. I don't know if I
Oh,
don't
right.
remember what we did. I'm like, we had no electricity. We must have just gone to get ice every day or something because
Yep.
he's on insulin and
That's
you've got to keep
right.
that refrigerated.
Yep. Yep. Isn't that something? Well, we of course we have hurricane season here, and I think this year we're going to buy a generator. We actually don't have a
Mm,
generator, and a lot of people down here do, of course.
right.
But I think we're going to just try to invest in one. They're not cheap,
No.
but I
You
think
have to
it's
have room to store them and yeah,
yeah, but I
it's a
think we
whole
should
thing.
do it, because well, I've got the Airstream, so
Mhm.
I can
Oh,
run
so
the
you
air
have a
condition and the refrigerator in the Airstream and at least sleep in it and not be miserable.
right. And that would
So,
take up less energy too.
absolutely. So I'm thinking we need
That's
to
a good idea.
yeah. Now my Airstream air conditioner did get hit by lightning, so I need to replace it, but I can do that.
Yep.
So I'm thinking that's just a great idea for us to do that. So, all right. So here's one of my envelopes. I removed the tape for the windows, so we'll be able to see through them.
Yeah, the tape was a good idea because I've tried just taking off the paint before, and sometimes it comes off with just a wipe, and sometimes it ends up
Yeah.
with issues. So yeah,
Yeah.
the tape was a good idea.
And I think I might go ahead and just grab a roll of painter's tape, just to have here at my craft desk, because the
Hmm.
washi, believe it or not, usually washi comes off no problem, but this washi's got a little stick to it.
And a
And
little masking tape, the more paint you get on it, you can like then reuse it somewhere as like
oh,
homemade
true.
washi.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it would probably look pretty cool. So I'm going to reveal these windows here. So fun. I made the journal that I'm going to record our Italy trip. I made that out of these vintage envelopes, and I love it because the pages are so thick. So that's kind of why I wanted to do some gel plate on them because I thought, oh my gosh,
Oh
these would make
yeah,
great
they'll
journals.
be great backgrounds for your gorgeous pictures.
I'm thinking so.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Rhonda.
Oh, that was Rhonda. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for letting your friends know
Yeah,
that we
yesterday
were.
in the live stream, PM Artist Studio live stream, I was like, oh, by the way, if anyone's interested.
Oh, that's so
So,
nice.
so now we knew who my real friends are. Wink, wink.
Right, right, right.
Not really. I know it's
Oh my
Friday
God.
afternoon, and it's summer season has begun.
Yes.
People got things to do, places to be. A lot of
And,
people are
a lot of kids are out of school.
vacation.
So,
Uh-huh.
you know, there's that. Okay. I'm going to get a little yellow on top of this one here. There we go. It is nice that once something's dry, you can go right back in
Yep. And
and
just
just,
add stuff to it and just have
yeah,
fun.
I love that. Yeah, this has been great fun, Darcy. I've loved every second of it.
It's too hot in San Antonio to do anything. I'd rather be in the AC. You don't have AC?
Oh
Why
yeah,
do you not have AC in
that's
Texas?
yeah,
That seems like
that's
a
tough.
necessity.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I'm not even as far south as Jovi, and I'm so glad I have. I mean, I grew up without it because I grew up in Massachusetts, and that was
And you guys
I
don't
didn't even
typically
know
have
about
it
central
there?
AC. I didn't even know AC was a thing until we came down here to visit my aunt and uncle.
Oh,
Like,
really?
oh,
Wow.
yeah, we just had fans in the window, a
Wow. I
lot
can't
of.
even imagine that, but
But it generally gets cool at night. There'll be a few nights in the summer where you're like, okay, I'm going to go get in a cold bath so that I can
yes.
cool off.
Right. Well, that is one thing I do every day in the summers. I do get in my swimming pool because
Hmm.
it really does help cool me off. And I need that because it takes me like hours to cool down. And who's got that kind of time? I just need to
Right.
be cool right now.
Yep. Yeah, my son, it takes him if he gets too cold or too hot, it takes him it because he has adrenal issues. So
Oh,
his temperature regulation is a little bit harder. It's
yeah.
harder for him to
Okay.
regulate his temperature.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I'm trying to say. And I
I
think that's true with some people that have like autoimmune diseases and stuff.
yeah. I do great with the cold. The colder the better. I do great, but the heat I do
Hmm.
not. I think I truly have a heat intolerance, you
Oh,
know?
I become a mean person when I'm hot. So
Yes.
I usually don't have patience anyway. Well, if I'm hot and uncomfortable, it's just like 10
Like
times
forget about it.
worse. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
like
that's
don't
tough.
expect me to be pleasant human. Can't
Right.
be human right now.
Yeah. I get that totally. Oh, I'm happy with that. Yeah, these are pretty. Nice. That'll be a beachy one. I like it.
Oh, she
I,
has it. That's why she's saying she'd rather be inside watching YouTube. Yeah,
oh,
okay, I
right.
get
There
it.
you go. Yeah. Heck yeah, girl.
Phew, I was
Get
like,
with
you
you on
can't be in
that.
Texas and not have AC. That I would be praying for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Good golly, Miss Molly. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there probably are some people that don't, but
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. So how many of you that are watching are jelly plating with us? Or are you just watching? I would like to know if you're jelly plating or even crafting along. I'd love to know what you're making. Great fun.
oh, I don't know what to do with this. This might not become anything.
Uh-oh. I'm taking
All
a
right,
look.
I'm just gonna. I guess I need to prove my theory that if you just keep adding stuff, it'll get better.
Right. I
Oh,
like
it's
that
that
though.
one on top of
That's
the other.
cool.
The yellow and the purple are not. I think though, if I that blue that's in the background, if I do something with that,
Oh yeah, bring that back out
which
on top. Yeah.
I think is somewhere between that and ocean green. Just gotta mix those up a little. Yeah, a little red in there too. Oh, and a little piece of something. That is thick. That's okay. For what I'm about to do, that's not a bad thing.
Rhonda says she's watching and doing computer work. Well, there you go. I like that
Oh.
multitasking. That's awesome.
Is it like fun digital creation computer work or like work like like finances and the horrible stuff?
Oh man, speaking of, I need to call my accountant. He did an extension, but I'm like, I haven't, because I was like, I'm going out of town, dude. Like, you're not gonna be able to get
Uh-huh.
a hold of me. And he's like, okay, I'll file an extension. Then I got back and I forgot to call him. I need to do that. So thank you,
Right.
Rhonda, for
That's not
mentioning what you
bad.
were working on, because that for some reason helped remind me.
Well, and you guys don't have you guys just have federal, right? You don't have state taxes in
That's
Florida,
correct. That's correct.
which
Yeah.
is partly why so many people retire down there.
Yes, exactly. Yep, that's right. My uncle, he lived in Virginia, Newmarket, and
Mm-hmm.
but they a few years ago came down here and retired down here because yeah, he liked the idea of no state tax.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't remember if North or South Carolina, but one of those places also is why people retire there. And they might have state taxes, but they don't tax Social Security. So
Oh,
people ended up,
nice.
although Security is usually taxed after a certain percentage anyway,
That's crazy. I never knew that
or
they even
something.
taxed Social Security. That doesn't seem right,
Well,
actually. But
if my dad's isn't, but if you were to like make money besides that, then it becomes something, I think.
got you.
So
So
I
if
don't
you're
know.
working and pulling your Social
Yeah,
Security, I got you. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And states are different than federal too.
Yes.
Some states might tax it where others don't.
Gotcha.
I don't think they do here because my dad, once he stopped getting with any withholding, he doesn't have to file anymore.
Oh,
Except for now
okay.
he's invest. Except now he's investing some. So
Right. Well,
all
that's
right,
good.
that is some.
At least
Isn't
he
that
doesn't have
fun?
to worry about that.
Yep. Oh, cool. Rhonda's designing stuff. So
Oh,
fun.
nice.
I finally learned how to do a repeating pattern, and I'm like obsessed now.
Like
Rhonda
in,
already knew how to do a repeat in Procreate. I just learned
oh,
how to do it.
okay.
Rhonda already does it. She's got an aesthetic I really like. Let me see. Where's the folder? Oh shoot. I don't know
Rhonda's
where my
got it.
folder is with her stuff in it. This might be it. I don't know. Because I think she did the is this her? Yep, Rhonda's in the back of this. The back of it. Because she did the dancing leaves. Oh, and I really like her ironwork is one I like. And she did the ornate lace strip and a fun plaid and the French swirl, French curves, and then there's a couple more that I haven't bought yet that are on my list.
And it's stencils that she's working on.
Well, she said she's designing stuff,
Oh, stuff. Okay,
but
okay.
she does design stencils and stamps for PM Artist Studio as
Oh,
like
cool.
like I do.
Cool. Okay.
And
That's awesome.
if you remind me, I'll give you the code if anybody wants to go there and get 10% off.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I have a code for that. Since I
I think
talked
I'm,
about it, I do like to, share that.
yeah. Um, okay, I think I'm ready to show off my makes. So I'm going to move
All
my jelly
right.
plate. And because I'm not going to go back to Christmas and do those backs because that's just too
Right.
much. But here, I'm just going to go through and I'm going to flip them over and then I want to see your makes, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna watch yours.
Okay, keep in mind I have not removed all of the tape from the windows on all of them, but I have on some. So just keep that in mind. There's my sunset. And then just sort of
That's
a
pretty.
watery one. Thank you. Got another. These will be so nice in like a mermaid or summertime
Mm-hmm.
journal. And then this is a nice intense one. I ultimately love the way that this turned out.
I love
Oh, I need to
the
do something.
contrast is great.
Yeah, I love it. I need to do something to the back, but I'll do that later. This one I'll add a little, like you were doing the dots and stuff. I'll add a little something
Mm-hmm.
to this one. But oh, look how fresh it is on this side. I
Oh
love
yeah.
it. And then we got a little bit of purple and green. You inspired me to use some darker colors.
Nice.
So, that's fun. And this one's kind of cool. I like that it's
I
got
love
some.
the greens and the teals and the blues.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, it works really nice together. So I'm happy with that. I'm actually happy with almost all of them. This one I need to remove the tape, of course. But yeah, this is a fun one. This is the
Yep.
gold and the blue. That's fun. And then what do we have here? I just dug some, you got piles over here. What are we going to do? This one I'll
I
have
always
to
end up
finish.
finding something after the fact that I
Yeah, it's
didn't
like you
show at the
throw them
end.
across the room and then
Yep.
so, but we can see I need to finish the edges and do a little something extra, but I still love the base of it. I love the colors.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're getting into my Christmas, and I think most of these are one-sided, but let's find out. We got some gold and red. Oh, yep, gonna have to do that. This one I love.
Got
It's
some
really
nice
subtle.
shimmer.
I hope you can see the silver, but I can see it in person.
I can see
Have
the
to be
shimmer
honest.
for sure.
Can
Yeah.
you? Okay. This one I'm happy with. Yep, I'll have to do, I think, all the backs on these,
And you
but
got nice deep reds, which is nice.
yeah, yeah, yeah. This is my spare little piece that I use to sort of sop it up, but I like to end up
Mm-hmm.
using those. This one, I really like this. It's just sort of abstract, and I'm
Mm-hmm. And
pretty
nice and
happy.
bright and metallic and festive.
And this one's like soft and metallic, and I love this one too. So I'm happy. Oh, I have one more. This is garbage though, I think. Let's see. No, no, no. This is the one that was sort of like white and silver. So I think I
Uh-huh.
like it. Yeah, I need to do the edge. But
You'll
maybe
add a
I'll
little something to
you,
holiday it up.
you know what
A
would be
little
cool is
stenciled
like
butter or
a dark stencil over here on this side would be
yeah.
very cool. So okay, now show me yours. Show me yours. I can't wait.
All right, this is the one that was ugly that I did the blue over it to try to fix it a little bit because
Okay.
I don't know why I brayered the yellow ochre on the purple. I know I don't like those on top of each other, but
Okay.
it's a little better. And this one's got several layers.
Oh,
That
that's so
was just a
pretty.
bunch of cleanups, and then I did the peacock swirls on this one. This is the one I was attempting, and then I don't know, I was attempting something that didn't work. So, but that's how that one ended up.
It came out just soft. It just looks soft,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is
Yep.
very pretty.
And then I did the stencil was still a little wet, and so I just laid it on there. And if you ever do that, lay your stencil on paper. Don't leave it too long, or it'll stick. That's the
Don't
only
leave your
thing. And
stencil on too long.
right,
Okay.
yep.
Okay.
And then this one was one I pulled earlier, then added some more of the peacock swirls to it.
I love
Oh,
that.
I forgot about. I was supposed to do something with this one. I forgot about this.
Oh,
Let me
that's so
find my
pretty.
iridescent bronze. Where is it?
What are you going to do with that? It looks done to me. What would you possibly do?
Oh,
Like a little.
this is the plate. I haven't
Oh.
picked it up yet.
Oh my
I
gosh.
forgot to
Okay.
pick it up. I'm gonna just pick it
Oh.
up real quick with some iridescent fine bronze
That'll be really
metallic.
pretty. Okay.
So let me well, I don't know if I'll pick it up, but I'll lay some paper down on it.
Okay. And we'll see what happens, right?
So and then maybe I'll do a short later or something. I need some paper would be nice.
That's pretty with the
I'm
bronze.
just
Oh, I think
gonna
that's going to be so pretty, actually.
do that and there's some more paper. Paper would be nice. Just get a couple of pieces of music on there. Whoops, and stick my fingers in it. Oh, you wanted to see my hands. There you go.
Mine are really blue.
All right, I'm gonna lift off this side and see
Okay.
what we got. I'll finish looking at the other ones first. All right, so this one I just
Oh
added
yeah.
the
Okay.
circle layers.
Yeah,
That
I
one,
just saw your
I
hands.
yeah,
That's great.
and then this one I got some ink on that side and just did all kinds of weird stuff on there. So a lot of these started off as base layers, and then I added just more layers to them.
Nice.
and that. And then the other ones were just you know, the
Ooh, look at
printout, the
that
pop
one.
printouts that I had.
That was
And
so
then there's
fiery
this
on that one
one.
side. Ooh, I
Yeah.
like that with the
Yep.
triangle or the diamond shapes. That's cool. Ooh,
I'm like,
so
wait, which one?
cool.
Yep. That's a brayer off.
Oh yeah, I like it. Oh, they're so awesome,
Let's see.
Darcy.
That was a couple layers there.
And you did the yellow around the edge. I love it. Ooh, that's pretty.
Okay.
Ooh, look
Yeah,
at
see, you're seeing
that.
the delay. So
I am. I am. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I got up on my chair and looked at yours so I could see them while you were talking about them. That
Oh,
was
okay.
more layers to what was there
Oh,
before.
that's so
And
cool.
then
I
I just
love
added
that.
more layers to that.
Oh, so pretty.
Oh, that one didn't get anything, but this is kind of how they all started out. They just had like
I
some
love
paint on them, and
it.
then I added
Yeah.
layers
Oh my gosh, that's
and
awesome.
added
So
some layers
great.
to that. I think that's all of them. And now this is sat for a minute, so fingers crossed we get something that comes up. This is the one that I did the water. Oh, that's cool. I did
Oh,
like
so cool.
the raspberry and black, and then dripped the water and
Oh
picked it
yeah.
up with the metallic.
Okay. All right. So you're peeling back now. I see that you're peeling
Yep.
back. Oh wow, that is so fantastic.
So that's, you know, from dripping the water, then lifting the water up after it dries some, and then letting it dry and adding that metallic on there,
I
which
love the metallic
really gives
effect.
some
Oh, look at that. Oh,
cool
that's
effect.
so
Super
cool.
grungy and super cool.
I
Yeah, I
love
finally
it.
did it. I'm gonna have to do a whole video though where I play with water and acrylics, I think too. But
It really turned
yeah.
out so cool. I love that.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so beautiful, says Rhonda. Absolutely.
thank you.
Yeah, so beautiful. Oh my gosh. This has been great fun, Darcy.
It has. Thank you so much for asking me to join you.
Yeah, let's do it again, okay?
That'll be fun. You have to come on
Yeah.
my channel sometime.
Oh, absolutely. You let
Because
me know.
we're both like getting really close to 4,000, so I'm excited for us both.
It's very exciting. Yes, it really is. Yeah. It's
So,
awesome. So awesome. All right, my girl. Well, let's wrap it up. I thank you all for being here. We both really appreciate it. And hopefully I'll be back on next Friday. And Darcy, you go ahead and say your goodbyes as well.
have a delightful day, guys. Love you.
Bye.